Chapter 1: Family and Dreams. My name is Robinson. I am from England. I am 18 years old. My father is German and my mother is English. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. We are a close family. My father is a good businessman. We live comfortably, with all the necessities and even some luxuries. I am also fortunate to attend a good school, and I have what many would call an ideal life. But deep down there's a longing, a dream I can't ignore. I want to travel. I want to see the world. My father, always concerned for our well-being, has different dreams for me. He imagines a safe life, a secure life. He wants the best for me, but his vision of the best doesn't include far-off lands and unknown dangers. This difference causes tension between us. Each morning I hear him talking about business in his study, and I know he hopes one day I will take on his responsibilities. But my dreams lie elsewhere. One morning, my father calls me into his room. I feel his concern as he sits me down and asks, "Why do you want to travel, Robinson? The world out there is dangerous and comfort is hard to find. You could lose your life." I take a moment thinking about his words. It's true. Traveling is dangerous, and I could face hardships. But the call of the unknown is too strong to resist. I tell him, "Father, I understand your fears. But I dream of seeing new lands, meeting new people, and experiencing life beyond the safety of our home." He sighs, and I can sense his disappointment, though he doesn't say much more. I decide to talk to my mother, hoping for her understanding. But even she, in her loving way, tells me that life in England is the best for me. A year passes, and my dreams only grow stronger. Then, one day, I visit a large town named Hull. There, I meet a friend whose father owns a ship bound for London. He invites me to join him on the journey. Although I'm not fully prepared, I seize the opportunity. Chapter 2: The First Storm. The sky grows darker, and the gentle rocking of the ship becomes rougher. Soon the wind howls around us, and waves as tall as mountains crash against the ship. My heart pounds as I hold on to the railing, my knuckles white with fear. For the first time, the reality of my decision hits me. I had imagined adventure, freedom, and excitement. But this, the fury of the storm, feels as if nature itself is against me. I wonder if I made a mistake. I think of my family, the warm comfort of home, and the safety I left behind. Was I foolish to believe I could tame the sea? As the ship creaks and groans under the weight of the storm, one of the sailors comes over, offering me a strong drink to calm my nerves. His face, hardened by years at sea, shows a rare softness. He claps a hand on my shoulder and laughs, saying, "Ah, the sea's got a wicked sense of humor, lad. She likes to test the brave, but she spares those who respect her." Despite my fear, I smile, finding comfort in his words. I take a swig of the drink and feel warmth spread through me. The storm eventually passes, and the calm morning brings a sense of peace, almost as if the sea is apologizing for her outburst. As the sun rises, I realize that while I am afraid, I am also alive, and I am determined. That first storm stays with me, but it doesn't stop me. If anything, it strengthens my resolve. I know now that this journey will be anything but easy, but I am ready to face it. And so I continue with my friend on the ship to London. Chapter 3: A Dangerous Proposition. After London, my friend's father, a seasoned captain, offers me an unexpected proposition. He's planning a journey to Africa and invites me to join him, explaining the trade prospects. "Africa is a place of mystery," he says, "and there's good money to be made." I am drawn to his stories, each one full of exotic tales and promises of riches. My heart races. This is the chance I've been waiting for. A real adventure. I agree without hesitation, and preparations begin. However, I cannot shake my father's words about the dangers of the world. They echo in my mind as we set sail, yet my excitement drowns out any lingering doubts. The first few days are calm, and I start to feel at ease on the sea. I even begin learning about navigation, watching the stars at night and feeling the pull of the vast, endless ocean. But just as I start to settle in, we see another ship on the horizon, a ship with a black flag. Pirates! The cry goes up, and my heart sinks. The tales of pirates are terrifying, ruthless men who kill and plunder without mercy. I had read about them, but nothing could prepare me for the real thing. The pirates close in fast, and soon they are upon us. Chaos erupts as they board our ship. Swords flashing, guns firing. I freeze, helpless and untrained, watching the brutal fight around me. Our men are no match for the seasoned pirates, and soon we are overpowered. I am taken prisoner, along with several others, and forced onto the pirate ship, leaving behind the life I knew. Chapter 4. Life as a Prisoner. The pirate ship becomes my new unwanted home. I am put to work, scrubbing decks and carrying supplies under the watchful eye of a cruel captain. Each day is a grueling test of strength and endurance, and the pirates treat me with disdain. I wonder if I'll ever be free again, or if this will be the end of my journey. One day, while cleaning the captain's quarters, I meet another prisoner. A young woman, her face filled with a quiet sorrow that mirrors my own. She doesn't speak my language, but we exchange glances. And in those moments, a silent understanding grows between us. She dreams of freedom. Over time, I learn her name is Zara, and we find ways to communicate through simple gestures and expressions. Her presence becomes a small beacon of hope in my bleak existence. We share stolen moments, a brief smile here, a whispered word there. Slowly, I feel a sense of companionship, a bond forged in hardship. Yet I know the reality. We are both slaves to the whims of these pirates, and any attempt to escape could mean death. But as the days turn into weeks, the desire for freedom burns brighter within me. Chapter 5. The Escape Plan. One morning, the captain takes me out with a young cabin boy to fish. We row out far from the ship, and for the first time, I see a chance. There's a mist around us, concealing us from the sight of the pirates on the main ship. My heart pounds with anticipation. If I can escape now, maybe I can survive, even if it means leaving Zara behind. As the fog lifts, I notice the boy watching me intently. He's young, but seems to understand my desperation. To my surprise, he nods, signaling his support. Together, we devise a quick plan, and when the captain's back is turned, I grab an oar, hit him over the head, and he falls overboard, unconscious. The boy and I row with all our might, my heart pounding with each stroke. When we reach shore, I turn and see Zara's face in my mind, a mix of sadness and hope. Leaving her was the hardest decision I've ever made, but I know I cannot save her now. All I can do is escape, for the promise of someday returning. Chapter 6. The Journey to Freedom. The boy and I navigate through unfamiliar waters, clinging to our makeshift raft as we drift along the coast. Days pass, each one blending into the next as we ration our water and food. The boy, though young, is resilient. His quiet strength bolsters my own, and we survive together, two strangers bound by the shared desire to live. One night, we spot land, a strange, untouched stretch of beach. We paddle towards it, both weak from hunger but driven by the hope of finding shelter and food. As we stumble onto the sand, exhaustion overtakes us, and we collapse. The next day, as we explore, we discover an isolated village hidden within the trees. The villagers are wary at first, but once they see our condition, they bring us food and water, restoring our strength. They are a kind and gentle people, and for a brief time, I feel safe. Yet the memory of Zara and my journey beckons me onward. Chapter 7. Hope and Longing. Life in the village is peaceful, yet my heart is restless. I spend my nights watching the stars, wondering if Zara is looking at them too. I am haunted by the guilt of leaving her, but a small voice within urges me to move forward, to survive so that I might one day return for her. The villagers teach me their ways, showing me how to hunt and live off the land. The boy, whom I've come to see as a brother, laughs and grows stronger each day. Yet every night, I feel the pull of the open sea, the whisper of the unknown calling me to new adventures, and perhaps the chance to return to my old life. One evening, the village elder approaches me. In broken English, he warns of a tribe that roams the coast, a fierce group that takes captives for their own purposes. They have ships, he says, and I realize that I cannot stay here forever. I know my journey isn't over. With a heavy heart, I prepare to leave, taking the boy with me. The villagers gift us a small canoe and supplies, and with a final look at the peaceful village, we set off once more into the unknown. Chapter 8: The Sea of Trials. With each stroke of the paddle, my arms burn, but the determination in my heart burns even brighter. The boy and I glide silently through the dark waters, the moon casting a silver path before us, leading us forward like a promise from the heavens. The sea is calm, but my mind churns with thoughts of what lies ahead and the dangers we've left behind. Just as dawn breaks, a storm brews on the horizon. My heart sinks as clouds roll in, the sky darkening ominously. We brace ourselves, gripping the edges of the canoe as waves rise around us. The boy's face is pale, but he holds steady, his courage a mirror to my own. The sea shows no mercy, thrashing us about as if we were nothing but leaves caught in a violent wind. In the midst of the chaos, I hear a faint voice inside, my father's, cautioning me against the dangers of the world. For a moment, I regret leaving home, but then, through the storm, Zara's face appears in my mind, her gentle smile and the hope in her eyes. This vision becomes my anchor, reminding me why I am here, why I am fighting against the elements. It is for freedom, for the promise of love, and for the life I dare to imagine. Chapter 9: An Unexpected Friend. The storm finally subsides, leaving us exhausted and drenched, but still alive. We drift toward an unknown shore, and as we stumble onto the beach, a sound catches our attention. From behind a cluster of palm trees, a small figure emerges, a parrot with vibrant green feathers, watching us with curiosity. The boy, despite his fatigue, laughs, breaking the silence. I cannot help but laugh too. It's strange, but in that moment, this little parrot feels like a sign, a reminder that life can be unexpectedly kind, even in the darkest of times. The parrot hops closer, and as if sensing our need for companionship, it squawks a greeting, bobbing its head with what seems to be approval. I decide to call him Lucky, hoping he will bring us some. Lucky becomes our constant companion, following us as we explore the shore. His cheerful presence lightens our spirits, and even when we struggle to find food, he provides comfort in the form of his amusing antics. One day, as we hunt for coconuts, Lucky squawks wildly, flapping his wings and pointing his beak toward a large pile of them hidden under leaves. The boy cheers, and we gather the coconuts eagerly, grateful for this strange but welcome friend. Chapter 10: The Silent Shadows. As days pass, the shoreline becomes both a sanctuary and a prison. The boy and I construct a makeshift shelter, gathering leaves and branches to protect ourselves from the elements. But at night, an eerie feeling settles over us, as if unseen eyes are watching from the shadows. We hear rustling in the darkness, footsteps that stop as soon as we turn. One night, as I sit by the fire, my mind drifts back to Zara. I wonder where she is now, if she is safe, or if she has resigned herself to a life under the cruel pirate captain. The thought is unbearable, and the pang of longing in my heart grows sharper with each passing night. Just as I'm about to lie down, I see something out of the corner of my eye. A flicker of movement. I freeze, heart pounding, and motion to the boy. Together we listen, our breaths shallow as shadows shift in the moonlight. Suddenly, a figure steps into view, cloaked and silent. I reach for a stick, ready to defend ourselves, but to my surprise, the figure raises their hands in peace. Chapter 11. A Mysterious Ally. The figure pulls back their hood, revealing a face lined with age and wisdom. She is an elderly woman, her eyes bright and penetrating, as if she can see into the depths of my soul. Her voice, when she speaks, is calm and melodic, carrying an air of authority. "I have been watching you," she says softly. "You have courage, and you have lost much." Startled, I nod, unsure of her intentions, but feeling a strange sense of trust. She gestures for us to follow her, and we walk through the trees until we reach a hidden cave, warm and dry. There she offers us food, a rare feast of fruits and nuts. And as we eat, she tells us of the land. "This island is filled with dangers," she warns. "There are tribes here, fierce protectors of their lands. But there are also those, like me, who know the paths and the secrets that can lead to freedom." I feel a surge of hope, and as I look at the boy, his eyes are filled with the same light. For the first time since our escape, we have a guide, a glimmer of direction in the vast unknown. Over the following days, the woman, whom we call Elder, teaches us about the land, how to gather food, and how to move undetected. She even shows us a path that leads to the highest point on the island, from where we can see the horizon and scan for any ships that might pass by. I cling to every lesson, every whispered piece of wisdom she shares, storing it away as if it were treasure. The days blend together, and slowly I feel myself growing stronger, my heart swelling with a newfound resilience. I will not only survive, I will find a way to free Zara. This thought drives me, filling me with a fierce determination. Chapter 12. The Call of the Sea. One evening, Elder takes me aside. Her face is grave, her eyes distant, as if remembering something long forgotten. She tells me that she once had a family, a husband who sailed away, promising to return but never did. Since then, she has remained on this island, helping others who, like me, wash ashore with hopes of survival and freedom. Her story fills me with sorrow, and I realize how much she has sacrificed. I feel a deep respect for her and vow silently that I will not let her kindness go in vain. I will survive, for her, for Zara, and for the life that awaits me beyond this island. As the boy and I prepare to set out, Elder presses something into my hand, a small shell, carved with intricate symbols. "This will bring you luck," she says with a faint smile. "And remember, the sea will test you, but it also holds answers for those who dare to ask." With one final look back, I nod, committing her words to memory. We say our farewells, and the boy and I push off in our canoe once again, carrying Elder's blessings with us. Chapter 13. Lost and Found. The sea is merciless, tossing our small canoe as we navigate around reefs and treacherous waves. Days pass in a haze of salt and sun, our strength waning. But one morning, as we drift in a daze, we see a speck on the horizon, a ship. My heart leaps, but the boy grips my arm, his face tense with fear. "Pirates," he whispers. I squint, fear gripping me too, but then relief floods me as I recognize the flag, a Portuguese merchant vessel. We wave frantically, shouting until our voices are hoarse, and finally, a small boat comes to rescue us. As we are pulled aboard, the captain greets us warmly, offering us food and water. I can hardly believe it. We are saved. The boy and I exchange looks, exhausted but relieved beyond words. But as I sit with my head resting against the ship's cool wooden mast, my thoughts drift back to Zara. But as I sit with my head resting against the ship's cool wooden mast, my thoughts drift back to Zahra. I am free, but she remains in chains. And until she is free too, my heart will never rest. Chapter 14: Redemption and Return. Months pass as I work aboard the merchant ship, saving every coin I earn. I share stories with the sailors, learning of distant lands and treacherous seas, all the while plotting my return. My heart aches with the memory of Zara, her strength, and the hope we shared in our silent exchanges. She is my anchor, the reason I refuse to give up. Finally, the day comes when I have saved enough. I make arrangements with the captain, Tuck, who promises to help me find Zara. Together, we set sail for the pirates' last known haunt, my resolve as solid as the ocean beneath us. I know the risks, but I have survived storms, pirates, and isolation. This, I tell myself, is my destiny. As we near the pirates' cove, the captain gives the signal, and the sailors ready themselves. My heart races as we close in, every beat a reminder of what lies at stake. For Zara, for my freedom, and for the promise of a life we once dreamed of. I will face whatever challenges await. As Robinson faces the next chapter of his incredible journey, he stands on the brink of a daring mission to rescue Zara and reclaim his freedom fully. Each step forward brings new challenges, dangers, and the promise of redemption. Will he succeed? Will the sea test him once more? Or will it finally bring him home? If you're as captivated by Robinson's story as we are, don't miss the upcoming episodes on Easy English Class. Follow along as we explore more stories, learn new vocabulary, and dive into exciting adventures that help you improve your English while keeping you on the edge of your seat. Hit subscribe and stay tuned for what happens next in the incredible journey of Robinson Crusoe.